everybody. Welcome back to Talk Tuesday with Sam
and Jay.
So we're in a different setting today. We're gonna try this out. I mean, it's kind of like appropriate that we're like couples talk in our master bedroom, in our bed with a love sign.
And lights. I love it.
Honestly, my room is really messy right now, so we're just gonna sit in here today. Lately, me and Jay have been talking about how, as a couple, we have changed throughout the almost 11 years that we've been together. There's one specific comment that we specifically got all the time when we first started vlogging, and it was along the lines of,
Jay is the sexiest man on the planet. Is that the one?
Yeah, no, I think it's the other one.
Oh, Jay is the best husband on the planet?
Oh, I think it's the other one.
You're the sexiest.
Yeah, that's definitely
So it was
one.
The fourth top
It
comment.
was the one that said, you guys spend way too much time together, it's not healthy, and you need to take some time apart. And at the time, we were fairly new. I mean, we'd been together for what, 4 years, 5 years, 4 years?
I'd say about 4 years, and it really made our reaction to it at the time.
We were like mad. We were like, why would you tell us that it's not healthy to like want to spend time with each other? Like, this is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And like, we thought as a young married couple, well, clearly they just don't have a good relationship. For the people who used to comment that, because we were young, we were still very fresh, we were still...
Plus we were younger and silly.
And so we didn't understand what that comment, and it was said all the time, and it used to really make us mad. And we just never understood. And so lately, I think specifically this year, we've noticed it the most, wouldn't you say?
I would say this year for sure.
Just gradually has happened to where we have felt at this point in our marriage, we've now been married for, I don't even know how many long. We got married in 2009, so what are we in? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8 years of marriage. And we've been together almost 11 years. And we have noticed specifically, I think it gradually happened, but this year I've definitely noticed where I've been like, babe, go and have some time with your friends. Or he'll say, babe, you need some time alone. Go and spend some time with your friends. Go to TJ Maxx by yourself. When he first met me, I was very needy. I specifically, like, first off told him, I'm high maintenance, I'm needy, I want all of your time. Like, this is how I am.
Other people told me you were high maintenance.
Yeah, like that's, and I told him right off the bat because I didn't want him coming into this relationship thinking that I was like a non-maintenance girlfriend. Like, I told him this is how it is gonna be. I really, like, I wanna spend all of my time with you. And I just knew that I was that type of girlfriend, because in my past relationship, it was not that way. It was like I was always on the back burner. And so I said, this is what I want in my future relationship. And so
at the time, I heard that as a blessing. I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna have a girl who wants me to hang out with her all the time. That means that she's gonna want to do the same with me.
Yeah.
And I wanted that at the time as well.
Yeah, and so we were like basically inseparable. We were always together. And we totally, like, that's how we enjoyed like spending our time. But lately we have noticed, and I think it must be when you reach a certain point in your marriage to where maybe you're comfortable enough to be like, babe, go have some man time, or babe, go hang out with your girls. It's like you get to that point where you've been together for a good amount of time to where you know that to be able to still be yourself, you have to go and have that time, like spending it the way you and only you want to spend it. Is that a good way to describe it? It's like,
I think so.
Yeah, like I don't want to go and do what you and your friends go and do.
No, and we've been, and being together for a while, it's shown us that you don't have to still love each other.
I am not the same person that I was when I first met him. I was 21 years old, I was young, I was completely different. Like, honestly, I can't even stand my former self. Like, when I look back at who I was, I don't even like that person. And so sometimes as a man, they still expect you to be that same person, but it's like, we've been together for 11 years, we've had 2 kids, like, there's so much in life that changes, and sometimes you have to sit back and be like, oh, I'm actually not the same as I was before, and neither are you, and we're not the same couple as we used to be, because your life has changes, and you have kids, and all that kind of stuff, it changes. And so I think that's what we wanted to talk about today, is time, and taking the time to realize that yes, you guys are a couple and you are an us and you are we and you are one, but it's still super duper important to take that time as individuals as well to be able to go and still be you.
When I first met her, she was a single unit. And then when she met me, I was a single unit. And I was attracted to that single unit of who she is.
Yeah.
And then as we've gotten together, it's just been so connected that I still am attracted to who you are by yourself, and I'm glad that you
lose the single unit of yourself sometimes, especially after kids.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like we both have had that happen to us, to where we've kind of lost who we were or are. Not necessarily that I want to be that 21-year-old girl, but basically you're kind of like
my old self either.
Just you. Like, what do you like? What are your kind of hobbies, or what are your interests? Because sometimes when you're together so much as a couple that you sometimes, and especially as a parent, you forget who you are and what you want and what you like, because you're so focused on your kids and your husband or your wife and home and
duties
work
and bills and just all the normal stuff that everybody deals with.
Yes.
And you get so caught up in that connection.
The ball.
And then one day it's like, you know, I want to go, I don't know, wrench on a race car, and she wants to go and whatever it is she wants to go do, and it's like, but I can't go do that because if I go do that, she won't want to do it. And it's like, you have to separate.
Yeah.
So that I can go be happy, come back, smile from the gym. She can go to TJ Maxx or whatever and smile from there. It's like you get to reconnect again.
Yeah, it's like you have to have the balance between family time, relationship, marriage time, you time, and friend time.
Yeah.
The 4 times. I feel like you have to find a good balance of being a girlfriend, being a silly freaking going out with your girls, having fun, talking about ridiculous things, and then having you time where it's like, I just need to be with me right now and do what I want with nobody else.
Right.
And then you have to have the couple time where you're spending quality time as a couple, and then you have to spend the quality time as a family unit as well. And that is the balance that is very, very difficult.
It's really difficult.
It's super hard. And so that's what we've kind of been focused on this year, which is obviously why I've been getting more into like taking care of myself again and fitness and just like kind of taking me back, because I feel like I pushed, or I stopped taking care of me for such a long time because I was on like major mom mode. And it's like sometimes you forget about yourself. Same with Jay. Like I feel like you went through a phase there where you weren't doing the things that you loved.
Put your friends off, you put yourself off, and then the next thing you know, you don't even know what your hobbies are anymore.
Yeah.
Like really, what do I want to go do? And then when you finally find it, you don't want to make the other person feel bad because you're off playing with your friends or messing around in the garage or whatever it is that somebody likes to do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's always super important for us as a family to be happy and to have a great relationship and all that kind of stuff. But because we weren't taking those moments for ourselves, it was becoming like not quite as healthy of a relationship as it once was, because we weren't thinking about ourselves. And I feel like sometimes you do have to kind of take care of yourself in order to make the whole situation run smoother and happier.
A friend will want to hang out, say tomorrow at noon, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to be able to hang out because I'm probably going to have to find something that we do as a unit, and then I'm gonna have to, and then I end up procrastinating it, and then I'm not doing anything for myself. Where now we've gotten to a point where we're comfortable enough that I can say, hey babe, so and so or this or that is going to happen tomorrow at noon, is that cool? And it's like, yeah, go please, and don't hurry back. And it's not an offensive thing. It's my wife saying in code, I love you, go have fun and come back happy because that's what I want to see you being. Yeah, it's like you get to a point where you want to make sure that the other person is still enjoying things separate from you. Imagine like you go on your, just imagine you go on your first date, and then after that first date you want to go on the second one, they're like, no, go hang out with your friends. It would be like, whoa, they don't like me, okay. But after years and years and years of doing everything together from this to that, it's just another step of love.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
You know, I feel that way.
Yeah, because you want to see the other person still enjoying what they like.
Yeah.
And, you know, having that time for themselves or having that time with their friends. Or I just think it's such an important thing that we never really understood up until just recently.
Really recent.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, you know what, we've been talking about it a lot lately, and I was like, you know, this is a really good topic because there's so many young couples like us that we got that comment. We were like, freaking, maybe you don't like your husband, lady, you know what I mean? Like we looked at it that way versus looking at it like, oh, you know what, that is right. Like I think it was like, you know, it's unhealthy to be together 24/7. You need to have things that you enjoy to do without the other person.
You for example, if you're always riding in the car with your spouse, but yet you want to listen to some sort of music.
True that.
Think about this for a second. Like when I drive my little car all by myself, I jam out. I listen to old man music. I put on some Tupac. I put on whatever. I listen to everything.
Yeah.
And it's like I can jam it out. It can have cuss words in it. And I can be a cool dude cruising in my nerdy little car.
Yeah.
But it's like when I have the family with me, it's different. Or if she's in the car and the kids are somewhere,
like I listen to Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
But when he's in the car, I don't put Lana Del Rey on because I know it's not really his jam.
It's not really. I mean, she's great, but I just get kind of tired of it.
But I could listen to it over and over and over again. And that's what we're talking about. Finding those little things. It's like, I want to do this. I enjoy doing this. But because you compromise when you're together, sometimes you don't get to do the things that you want to do if you didn't have that time to be like, you know what?
She doesn't like the windows down in the car, for example.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I love having the windows down. It's one of those things. When I'm by myself, I can, as simple as the windows, I can have the windows down and cruise.
Because otherwise my hair's like...
Yeah, and when she's in the car, the windows have to be up. And it's just a simple thing, but being able to go do your own thing is as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just, I think it's relearning who you, as a 11-year-older person is. It's such a weird thing, how you grow and you change, and then sometimes you're like, who am I right now? I'm actually not quite sure.
It's true.
You know, because you do forget, you become dad or mom or wife or husband, and then you're like, but who am I right now? And this year has been the who am I year.
Yeah. We've become parents and husband and wife relationship for so long that now we're at the point that that's perfect. We can go back to who is Sam and who is Jay.
And who is the new Sam and Jay.
Yeah, and who, because every day you get older. So
and every day you change.
Every day you change, and after 11 years of being with somebody, there's going to be some change in there.
For sheezy.
And it's like we're reflecting on it.
Yeah.
And it's really quite cool.
It is really cool. There's definitely a point in being together that you have to kind of reevaluate your goals, who you are as a couple, where you want to go, who you want to be.
What you want out of life.
Yeah. Because you change so much.
I feel like since we've started this experiment and it's becoming of our own time, that it's given me a sort of happiness back. Mm-hmm. And it's not like it was gone. It's just that you put yourself in a different mindset when you're with somebody, and then when you're with somebody all the time, then it's like you got to go and find yourself again. Yeah. And we've just been finding ourselves.
Yeah, this is the year of finding ourselves.
Yeah, it's been really cool, really interesting.
Yeah.
But,
and I feel like it's brought us closer together because we are taking that time for ourselves to where we appreciate each other more, and we're learning more things about each other that we didn't know. You know? Well,
imagine like if you loved, I don't know, some sort of widget, and you loved it all these years, and then we finally decide to take time for ourselves, and you go out and find that you don't love that widget anymore.
Totally.
And then I buy you one for Christmas.
You're like,
but now that we're taking time for ourselves, I can learn, oh, that actually isn't what she likes, or is what she likes, or gosh, I never knew you liked that. You get to learn, and I get to learn more about each other, which is going to just make the next 10 years that much cooler.
Totally.
Really?
But anyway, we just wanted to like talk about that today because it's something that we've been talking about a lot lately, and we've kind of been trying to like implement in our marriage. I just thought it might be helpful or insightful to other people, or maybe you have already gone through that phase of your marriage, and what is the next phase? I don't know.
Yeah, seriously.
You know, there's so many different phases to life, and there's also so many different phases to the relationships that you have in your lives. And we have had a lot of changes in our lives, and we're actually in a really good spot right now, I feel like, because we've had, oh my God, can I not talk? We have made so many new friendships that we really have been enjoying. We've been meeting new people, all thanks to school, really. And we've just been like, I don't know, having a really good time, haven't we?
It's been really great.
Yeah, we've been having a really good time.
It's just been an interesting page turned in our relationship that I really am enjoying.
And I feel like we're so wise and old right now.
Don't we sound so wise and old? High five.
Now, don't get me wrong, we still fight.
Yeah, we're
Do not think that we are like preaching over here, thinking like we're perfect and everything is great.
I love when we get comments that think that we're relationship goals and perfect and all that. Don't be fooled, man. We
work very, very hard to keep a very strong and healthy marriage, and it does take work. Every relationship that you have in your life takes work. That's
kind of what this video is we're telling you about the work we've been doing.
Yeah.
To continue keeping this car running.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, everything in life that is important to you, you have to work very hard at to make sure that you keep it going, or that you are getting what you want out of it. And so we still fight. We're absolutely a normal couple. I mean, we totally argue. We're very passionate people, and we're both very, very spicy, and we're both very, very stubborn. And so we definitely argue. I mean, there's always things in relationships that the other person is not going to agree on or whatever. But at the end of the day, I think communication is key, and just letting the other person know how you feel is important. It's really important. Whether or not, sometimes it might hurt their feelings.
But that's okay too.
It's okay.
Because they love you enough to hurt your feelings, as opposed to just telling you what you want to hear. So
because that's not good.
That's not good either. Like, it's okay to get your feelings hurt, which could be a whole totally another story. But
except for when it comes to cellulite, he never tells me the truth.
The truth is, it's sexy. Everybody out there that
Nobody thinks cellulite is sexy.
Thinks that peaks and valleys in their booty are a bad thing. If you've got peaks and valleys in your booty, then you got some booty, and there is nothing wrong with that.
Okay, well, we will disagree on this one, because
look, the spiciness is coming.
He's freaking lying.
I am not.
Who even likes cellulite? Nobody likes cellulite. Okay.
It's
like, oh my, look at that cellulite. Oh, I love it so much.
It's I don't even see it. Like, I don't
he
notice
literally,
it.
You don't have cellulite. And I'm like, dude,
I don't,
you freaking need glasses, man.
I don't care.
You need to go get glasses. Anyway, so
whatever.
We're not perfect, but we do work very hard to try and have a very strong relationship, even though he doesn't see cellulite.
You don't have this. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, I can't even deal with you right now.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go and shove my cellulite in his face so he can see it.
Amen.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much.
I can't
Let us know. Oh my gosh. Let us know if you've come to that point in your relationship, or what other changes have you noticed,
or what's next
in your marriage that you've noticed that has changed for you. And do you agree, if you have married as long as we have been, or have been together as long as we have, are you in the same boat?
I'm really curious to know.
Yeah, because we've talked about it with our friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. My sweaty legs are so hot under this blanket. I gotta get out of here, but I didn't want you guys to have to stare at my naked legs all the time.
Because of what? The cellulite you think you have?
Yeah. Anyway.
Unreal.